Anyone can make this easy toy box with a few simple tools. I used my circular saw and miter saw to make all of my cuts, and I assembled it with a pocket hole jig and a brad nail. Cool thing about this design is that it allows a lot of room for error, and I made a mistake when I cut this front piece. Either I forgot how to use a tape measure or a pencil, one of the two. This front piece is about 3/16 of an inch lower than the other three sides, but that's okay. Instead of using this bottom side as the bottom, I'll use this as the bottom. Once this is all screwed together, I can drop my bottom piece in from the top and line it up with this surface. None of this really matters because the baseboard that's going to go around the whole thing is offset by 1/2 of an inch from the bottom, so it's all going to be covered up anyway. Now I can just mark all my pieces real quick for the final assembly, as well as all of the pocket hole screw locations. Fill the pocket holes on the inside, I'm going to use some of this Dry Dex spackling. Goes on pink and dries white. I've used this stuff on walls before, but I've never used it on pocket holes. I've seen a lot of people online use it with good results, so I'm going to give it a try. Well, it's a new day. This patch stuff normally dries within an hour or so, but I let it dry overnight. It was getting kind of late, so now I can sand all this stuff down, add my trim pieces, and then go ahead and get it ready for some paint. Just like with children's toys, I expect this toy box to take a lot of abuse, especially when stuff is just being thrown in it. So I've built up this perimeter just a little bit, and that'll serve as a good surface to make a frame around. So I'm going to pocket hole screw this together, and it is going to be glued down and nailed as well. So this will create a lot of mass on this top perimeter to hopefully withstand many years of childhood abuse. I've got the toy box sitting on top of this piece of MDF. It's probably the flattest thing that I have in my shop, and I've got both sides elevated by a scrap piece of this MDF. Now I can trim the bottom in just the same way I did the top. anytime you paint a project like this that's going to see a lot of abuse, you typically want to cover the paint with some type of protective finish. I use a lot of lacquer, so I buy mine in bulk and apply it with a spray gun, but if you don't have a setup like this, you can just brush on some regular brushing lacquer or some non-yellowing polyurethane. This toy box is a very simple project that anybody can make with just a few tools. If you'd like to make one too, check out my website for a free set of downloadable PDF plans. And if you do make one, share it on my Facebook page. I'd love to see what you'd come up with, and I'd love to share it for everyone else to see as well. Thanks for watching and have a great day.